What's up? It's editing slick. You know, the guy who's editing the videos, not the one who records them. We're different people. It's crazy. But regardless, I'm editing this, and it's just a straightforward video. There's nothing actually edited in it, right? It's just a gameplay to provoke talking. But what I do want to say is I'm live right now on Twitch, and I have a stream schedule. I'll pop it up right here. You should check it out. You should check out some of my streams. And tonight, I'm going to be drinking whiskey and playing War Thunder. It's a crazy concept, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So you should stop by the stream. How hyped are you for modern tanks? Pretty hyped, right? I'm pretty hyped. I hope they come out with it. Oh, I got you real good, didn't I? I got you real good. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Slick, and today we have a fun topic to talk about, and that is the modernization of War Thunder. And not making the UI or anything more modern, I mean adding more modern vehicles into War Thunder, expanding the year range, and I don't know, adding new BRs and new tiers. And I think that that's the natural progression of War Thunder, right? We could say that, you know, we have a bunch of tank trees and stuff that aren't technically done in the game, and we should probably focus on that first. But come on, man, look at this tank. And that's basically what I'm going to talk about today. My feeling and my attraction towards the modern tanks almost outweighs fixing or adding stuff to the current trees, which is pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy to say that, but I just have a bug, right? I really like to play top tier tanks. You guys know that. I don't really play much of anything else. And I guess I just want more of that. I want more of the fast tanks, more of the super stabilized tanks. It's something about that skill set. I think it diversifies the gameplay a little bit more, and it adds a higher skill ceiling. Right now, we have the MBT and the T64, right? They're pretty much point-and-shoot tanks. But on top of the fact that they're point-and-shoot tanks, they're not going to be as good as something like a Leopard 2a6, and the ranges that they're fighting at are not going to be at the ranges that like a Leopard 2a6 could engage in, for example. So, you know, you add more modern vehicles, hit you from farther away, going faster, doing different things, and bouncing different shots. And it just would probably be way more exciting gameplay. Now, the biggest controversy to that, or the biggest contradiction to why we shouldn't add these tanks, is because we don't know enough about them. Most of these vehicles are still classified, and if they're not classified, we still might not understand all of the armor and stuff that goes into it. So we would only have, what, maybe 75% accuracy on the representations of these vehicles in terms of looks and stuff, and then everything else would be kind of data sheets, right? And then we'd leave the trust in Gaijin's hands to make the data sheets proper and balanced. We did the April Fool's event, way back when was it? Well, it was in April, but I mean, I was in a completely different setting, and I remember I was in Florida, and this was actually when I was moving from Florida back to New York when this event came out. And I remember playing it in Florida and having so much fun with it, the Leopard 2a6 and the T90s, that when I drove 20 hours and then set up my computer and continued to make videos and record the April Fool's event because it was out for 3 days, and I had so much fun playing it. So I think that if that's anything, I don't know how many of you guys had fun playing it, but I know that the viewership spiked when those came out. More people came back to War Thunder when those came out. Everybody was playing it when those came out, and I think the overall playership of War Thunder just continued to rise. So, you know, this is the same discussion we had back then around that time. This should happen, I think. I think so many people liked it, and so many people want it back that if they do add these, it'll be great. Now, here's where I'm going to actually talk about why this won't work. I think it's good to play devil's advocate, and I know that a lot of people might watch this video and they've already heard, you know, maybe one thing, and they went down to the comments, commented, and left the video. They didn't wait for me to explain anything else, so, you know, those people can't be helped. But listen, getting these tanks is going to take so long if they end up adding a modern tier. They add something like an A10. We haven't even talked about the planes. I agree with planes too being added, but that's besides the point. How long would it take to get a Leopard 2a6 in theory, right? We would still have probably 5 more tanks in between 5 or 6 more tanks in between the Leopard 2 or the Leopard 1A1A1 and the Leopard 2a6, right? 5 different generations of Leopards and stuff probably would be in between that. I would say there'd probably be, a Leopard 1A4 that shot APFSDS. We'd have a Leopard 2 prototype, probably a Leopard 2 itself. Leopard 2A4, where they have like a 140 millimeter gun, would be a dope tank to add in. But then, those are so many tanks that would require, 400,000 RP. There's no way that would work. There's absolutely no way. So the BRs, and not just the BRs, I mean, the overall SL gain, XP gain would have to go up significantly, or the research requirements for these tanks would have to go down significantly. I think that's what should happen. That's what would have to happen. And it's crazy to think about this, but I think War Thunder is old enough to where most people that play the game, right, are kind of grandfathered in, and people who have played the game are grandfathered in. They have a decent amount of stuff, right? They have some stuff. If the RP requirements were lowered, I don't think it would lose the appreciation for the Tiger, right? I don't think if there was a Leopard 2a6 in the game, right, and it was really easy to get the Tiger now because the game goes so fast into the future, or so far into the future, I don't think the Tiger wouldn't be played. Does that make any sense? I don't think that the mid-tier right now, being the new low tier and extremely low tier in reserves, I don't think that those would lose their value. I think people still play just those. I think people get on War Thunder and play that tier just because they like those vehicles. And I think there are a lot of people who don't even touch those vehicles and play the top tier right now, and I think it would all hold the same. I think there would still be a player base at every tier where people like to play. I just think there would be more people overall because of this. So now I'm going to ask you guys what you think about the discussion. What would you like to see added into the game? Do you want new tanks? Do you want new planes? Do you want modern tanks? I mean, this Leopard 2 looks so good. It's a fantastic skin. Great job, the dude who made the mission. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it'll be in the description, so you can go check the mission. And I believe the skin was made by Joker, so the skin is dope too. And do you guys want to see these? I want to see this. I want to drive an Abrams in the War Thunder engine. I think that would be awesome. I want to fly an A10 in the War Thunder engine, and I know that is crazy to think about. It's so far in the future. How would they do it? I don't know. It's an overwhelming task if they choose to do this. Clearly, I don't work for Gaijin, and I don't work. I work with them sometimes, but I don't work for them. I don't know if this is their direction that they're choosing to go. This is just my personal preference. I really wanted like a game like Armored Warfare to work, but it didn't work like that. I think the modern tanks thrive in a realistic battle setting, like where War Thunder shines is the one-shots. I think the thrill of a one-shot keeps us coming back every day. We love hitting those shots that we don't hit the days prior, and just keep coming back and trying to get that done and trying to do more epic stuff like that. And I don't know, I think it'd be epic if they had, top tier guided bombs, stuff like that. I'm not even going to touch on today. I don't even know how it would work, to tell you the truth. I don't know how an A10 would work, and that's out of the scope today. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks.